No, 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 no.
Good day, ladies and gents, my name is Hiozo and this is DiscussThing. It always baffles me when I read posts from some game developers who are trying to do damage control because their game has failed. It's always the same thing, either their game just hasn't been received because of the inappropriate audiences, or that they were too excited to release the game so they didn't address some of the issues, or they're simply insulting people because they think that they're bigots and racists. This is all you see these days when a game fails. And the games that fail are usually those who are absolutely politically infused and charged to the brim with all kinds of messages, agendas, and subtle nods to a particular group online, which consists of actual gamers, to make them feel bad about themselves. And all of this is done while sacrificing actual good gameplay, actual graphics, and actual storyline, which are all essential when you want to present a good game to the world. But what the Dustborn developers have released as an apology for the failure of their game pretty much trumps all of that. This is from Red Thread Games, which is a message to their community. And I'm gonna read it to you. To our community, since we first announced Dustborn, we've read your comments and listened to your feedback, hopes and wishes for the game. Over the past 4 years, our team has poured their hearts into telling a story that's deeply meaningful to us. A story about the power of words, about building a world where everyone can feel safe, about love, friendships, and robots, of course. So immediately what they're saying that this is a story meaningful to them, to their minds, which I actually support, because you would want to present your vision to the world and your story that you want to tell. I respect that. However, things continue. We expected Dustborn to spark conversation and debate and looked forward to engaging with our players in a positive and constructive fashion. Unfortunately, that conversation has been drowned out by a tidal wave of hate and abuse. Let me make myself clear. The hate and abuse that you experienced was because people who actually played the game found out about the absolutely abhorrent game dynamics and game abilities that you as a developer poured into the game. Saying that you want to spark conversation and limiting the people who can comment on this post is exactly the type of thing that you do when you don't want to have a conversation. You just want to present yourself as being honest and virtuous and better than the others. Let me remind you that this is an actual game mechanic, along with this, and this. So I don't know exactly what the meaning about feeling safe, love, and friendships are all about when those are game mechanics that you want to have in your game. The post continues. We welcome thoughtful feedback and respectful criticism. We embrace discussion and debate, but we have zero tolerance for hate speech, harassment, and threats of any kind. Those who engage in such behavior will be removed from our community. So you want constructive criticism, but when someone gives you constructive criticism, you can always deem them as hateful and bigoted and just remove them from their community. This is the exact opposite thing that you are claiming to want. Nobody is hating the game just because they hate the game. The small number of people, like 70 people who played the game, they hate it because it's not good. Because it promotes violence, it promotes bad behavior. And I'll show you this. This is from the Park Place. In this section of the article, which covers what I am currently reading on X, they explain that X-user Madam Savvy, who played the game, notes the game encourages and approves of deception, manipulation, and bullying. She wrote as part of a lengthy response to Red Thread Games, "You want to tell a story about the power of words. Why did you choose to use words of hate and hurt for the main character? Why are we forced to use words of violence against our own friends? These are unavoidable moments no matter what you do. This is a person who played the game, who tested the game. It's not some random user. This is someone who has the receipts to prove their words. We continue. She questioned. You say you want to build a world where everyone can feel safe, then why did every single person we came across have their life ruined by the player character and the group? Why aren't the powers of packs something like solve or healing? Why is everything based on manipulation? Madame Savvy continued, where was the love when we bullied Fred and lied about her? Pack's mother grows opium for a code that's never mentioned again. Is that love? Why would she put her own people in danger by growing opium of all things? It's highly addictive drug and it can be used to keep people compliant. I'm sure you understand what I'm insinuating. Exactly. The opium seed is something that I watched when a helicopter burned the opium fields that were in the game. This is something that I watched when I was watching a stream of this game. And all of these things contradict the message that the developers have tried to present to the world. The game has failed. It had almost 100 concurrent players at the height of the success, and the game was simply not good. It was a bad product. Visually, I would say that it was amazing. I love that kind of visuals in a game. I enjoy those kinds of game visually. However, everything else was absolute garbage. I watched several clips of it, and the game mechanics and the things, the pacing, the voice acting was absolutely grievous to experience. Which brings me to the main topic of this video. If you make a bad game and you want to save face, if you want to keep your integrity, man up and simply accept it, because in the end you're making a product for your audience, and if your audience doesn't like the game, and if your game has disastrous numbers and disastrous reviews, that is on you, and you can accept that information and do better. If you want to make money, you have to make changes. If you want to continue pushing the message with government funds that this game was built from, then you can continue your own way. However, there is always going to be people that are going to call you out if you're trying to be deceptive, like with the post on X. The post finished to everyone else. Thank you for coming on this journey with us, all 70 people. Your support means everything, and your constructive feedback continues to push us to learn and evolve. Together, let's continue building a world where everyone can feel valued and empowered to share their stories. I would love if they actually had some constructive criticism allowed from normal people, and they do evolve, because I will tell you the truth, if I see another installment of such a game with such visual graphics but with a better story, it might actually be interesting, because they do have some good things in the visual department with Dustborn. It's just everything else is bad. It's like holding a beautiful visual picture before realizing it was smeared with cow feces. Anyway, that's all I have for this video today. Thank you very much for watching. Tell me what you think. Did you play Dustborn in the first place, and what were your impressions of it? Tell me in the comments down below. Press the like and subscribe button. Follow me on my socials and on my Patreon, where I raise money for homeless animals and animals in shelters. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you, cheers, and stay fresh.